So here we are at Bike Shed Series, and you see right in the foreground here we're coming to the end of a project that's been going for about 7 or 8 months on a bike that I've had for about 14 years. First and foremost, I'd just like to thank Mark Brown for letting me know about this place. If I hadn't have had the expertise and knowledge of the volunteers and all the parts and the tools and all this sort of stuff, I couldn't have jumped in over my head the way I have and got myself out of a pickle every time I went a little bit too far. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with the bike. This bike here I originally got from the Melbourne's famous bicycle centre back in September 1998. It started off as being a Shogun Slick Rock SDX RC with the V brakes and a sort of maroon colour frame. Then, thanks to Roof Carrier Systems, I was able to use their workshop to strip it down and get it back to its bare frame so that I could actually start the process of rebuilding. I sent it off to Avex Powder Coating Systems, who did this fantastic shiny white paint job that you can see before you now. And after that, we come in a bit closer here and we can see the handiwork of Grip Sport. They've actually done a welding job on the back of the frame here, just in here and here and here. And I've just got one of the volunteers here. Mr. Craig, how you going?
Oh, I'm good. You've been talking to your bike now for several days and we're getting worried.
Yeah.
We'd like to just take you away to a nice warm place and talk to you and settle you down and remind you you've got friends here, or more like a support group, but it's okay. It's okay. We can help. There's help.
Okay.
Don't be alone.
That's alright.
Bye.
Okay, I can edit that bit out later on. Or not. Anyway, as I was saying, so when you're putting a disc brake boss onto a frame that only used to have V brakes, which were up here, you've got to reinforce the frame, otherwise the power of the disc brakes is actually enough to make the bike frame break. So I had to put this little bit of steel in here
With the other side.
to reinforce it.
Oh, sorry,
and then we've had to weld on the actual bosses here. And that's what we've done nicely at Grip Sport. They've also just finished off the paintwork here. Okay, now then moving on from there, we've got Andre Charberings, who's provided parts from an old bike of his, a Marin East Peak SDRC. So he's provided the front and the rear disc rotors. So we've got this one and this one here. He's also provided this wheel, so that wheel came off his bike. What else did he provide? He's also provided the seat up here. So this is Andre's seat. Thank you, Andre. Amrit Sharma, off your Apollo Kosciuszko, you've got the ball horns and the the grips here. Torpedo 7, you've done the chainstay protector, so you can have a look around here. It's that little part there, the chainstay protector, and what you can't see are the tubes inside the wheels, thanks to Torpedo 7. My Mountain have done the rear cassette and the bottom bracket. Of course you can't see that, that's inside there. The 9-speed SRAM cassette. So this bike used to be an 8-speed cassette. Now the 9-speed means a little bit of adjustment was required on the SDXRC derailleur. What else we got here? My neighbour Chris, who provided the brake levers, Shimano Dior brake levers, front and back, and also the actual calipers themselves, front and back. So thanks, Chris. Without those I'd be still stuck with V brakes. What else we've got here? We've got, as you can see, there's a hell of a lot of things that I've had from other people that have come together to put this bike together. Human Powered Cycles. So they've done the brake cables and the gear cables, done a real good job on those. All the way down here, they've just made sure they've gone in gone in the right way and then been tensioned up and adjusted, and just everything set up nice and proper, so that I can come along and stuff it up next week when I dip it in the mud with cyclocross. Jason and Tanya, who gave me the tyres off their car before we went back to Otago, and the wheel hub, the rear wheel hub, this one here, this came from the bike shed, series bike shed, along with the forks, which I also bought here for about $15. Sure, pretty good. And that's about it. And then you've got volunteers like Steve over there, we'll just zoom in on. So thanks to guys like Steve and Pete and Craig and all those guys who, every time I got a wee bit stuck, they just kept me going. And that's all I'd like to say about that.